Today is Resurrection Sunday. Now, we all know, because we've been going through this study together, that this is not the day Christ was actually raised from the grave. This is the day we celebrate it. He was actually raised from the grave the previous day before sundown. That's why when the women got there, Sunday morning before dawn, he was already gone. We've also been talking about different symbols, and this is called a tallit. A tallit is a prayer tent, a prayer shawl. You might see people in Israel, they would have it like this. Paul was a tent maker, but he also had some visual issues. He was not a tent maker out of camels and big trees. This is the tent he made, the prayer tent. Now, you'll notice that this is a four-cornered piece of cloth. And on that fourth corner, you're supposed to have what's called tzitzits. These tzitzits are what the woman with the issue of blood would have grabbed a hold. It's the fringe of the garment. Very important. That is the prayer jar. That's who Jesus is. He's our kinsman redeemer. Wow. See, the Passover points to Jesus. And it's Yahweh's appointed times. His appointed assemblies. That's what this is. This is a holy assembly. This is what's called a convocation. And we've already talked about the time frame. And this happens on the 15th day, which is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And what does the leaven represent? Sin. But not just any sin. It represents a special type of sin. Because Jesus said, beware of the Pharisees, the leaven of the Pharisees and the Sadducees, which is hypocrisy. What was their hypocrisy? Well, I'm glad you asked. You guys ask a lot of good questions, by the way. So, the hypocrisy was they added to and took away from Scripture. Uh-oh. You can actually quantify this in Mark chapter 7. When Jesus says, well did Isaiah prophesy of you, you hypocrites. Who's he talking to? Sadducees and Pharisees. Why? Why do you call them that? Because you have a fine way of doing away with the commandments of God to do what? To establish your tradition. Jesus came to get rid of that tradition. And on the first day, there should be a holy assembly. That's a Sabbath. And we remember that, again, there was 2 Sabbaths that week. That's why they had 2 preparation days. We've already talked about a lot of this, but in Isaiah, pass it up. Who has believed our message, and to whom has the arm of Yahweh been revealed? Who's believed the message? Do you guys believe? Why are you here today? Is it because it's Easter? Is it because the rest of the family drug you here? I used to tell people that all the time. I've got a drug problem. My family drugged me to church. Yeah. Why are you here? I'm here because I love God. And I hope that's why you're all here too. Because you love God.